One other, which I didn't bring up at the last meeting, but Hope and Betty and I know, when you're looking for gaps, is your housing relocation officer an official one, correct? Because when I was welfare director, they had wanted me to assume that. It was kind of a shared responsibility with building department, Betty, and myself. But legally, I'm told by legal services from the county, we need an official housing relocation officer.
And I believe that's definitely a true statement, because I remember when there was a couple fires, that there really is no direct source of department that would be responsible. The fire department has taken it on. We've sent people to a couple different places. I believe we sent them to when we had there was a fire that I remember down by CVS.
Well, the first responder is always Red Cross.
Yes.
Yes, it was Red Cross, and there was another organization as well.
After those several days.
Salvation Army, but that's only like 2 or 3 days, and then that's it.
That's right.
And I remember there was a family that had school-age children. They were displaced. There was a fire, and the question was, what happens after? Because we don't have that very role, but that's something that, again,
And
I'm glad you brought
there
it
are
up.
different provisions, because if the housing dislocation is because of a municipal ordinance, illegal apartment, whatever it happens to be.
Correct.
Over the 20 years that I was welfare
Right.
director, we had the
Well, we
one
had-
incident where they pumped
The
oil
the basement,
into
yeah, they,
a sealed oil
and they
tank.
had the whole basement
Right.
filled with oil. But I guess, Mayor, the thing that I think we always dealt with was there was no pot of money.
Okay.
I serve as I guess I unofficially serve as the relocation officer through my contract. And the idea of now, I have a family, where are the resources coming for me to relocate them? Now, there was talk with the building department back when they did fines for the illegal apartments, that this was going to go into a separate account, where then if I needed, or whoever needed, be police or fire or welfare, or not welfare, I would say senior now, could say, yes, we have this account, that we could put them up beyond the 3 days of what, or relocate them and put the security for an
Right.
apartment. The funding isn't there. The position I've been functioning in, we're using obviously Red Cross and the Salvation Army. But if you're going to relocate, as let's say the city of Elizabeth has a program, there is a pot of money that you would be able to say, here's your security for this new apartment to get started. Let's get the electric on, let's get the gas going. So that might be a budget thing. We can maybe put a little line item in
That's what
there.
I'm thinking, when you make the comparison to Elizabeth.
Oh, it's a big difference.
The
We
amount of resources is quite
don't
different.
have that many, thank God.
And it's the
Knock on
potential
wood.
that
It's a smaller municipality where I don't believe we've had.
Well, the only
I
other
can count them on my
discussion
hand, the number that we had
that
to
I
have.
had during the time that I was welfare director was, and I followed up on the suggestion, but it wasn't a feasible thing at the time, was for a shared, another surrounding municipality that has one, since we so
Frequently
infrequently
use it.
That's a good point.
utilize
Good
that
point.
service.
That's a good suggestion.
That's a great
Shared
suggestion.
services agreement.
But you're
No.
still
that's
gonna
important for the
need,
state.
you're still gonna need some dollars.
Still need a provision in
You're
the
gonna need a
budget, which
divi-
could fall under any department, just a new line item.
Or maybe even the health department, because that's where
I
it's
would
been
be more
at this
than
time.
willing to take that on,
That's what I'm
yes.
thinking.
If you wanna add that into my budget area, that would be fine.
Among other questions, yeah, I'm filled with them today, is when I was welfare director, and Juan and I had very brief discussion to know what the status is of PATF 2. Was that account ever closed?
And just,
Those accounts were transferred from Wells Fargo to Investors Bank. I closed the accounts and created a reserve, so those funds are in reserve from their financial.
Well, you have two,
We have two.
PATF 1 and
Public
PATF 2.
assistance, 1 and 2, yes,
PATF 1 is technically municipal funds,
that's correct.
Right.
And the other one is county funds, as far as I know,
state funds.
state funds.
But it has to follow the paper trail. It has to go, since we were consolidated with Union County Board of Social Services, right? And this goes way back, when welfare closed in 2010. Actually, I was on till the early part of 11 with the documentation. And there's about $16,000
A little
in-
over 16.
in PATF 2. 3 retroactive reimbursements from SSI. Those monies and the accounts, the documentation, has to actually be transmitted to someone like Mr. Guzzo from the county and then to the state because it's state money.
They will be transferred.
That's one way to close the account.
They will be transferred as soon as the 2013 audit is finished. I had this conversation with the auditors. When you're gonna make transfers from one agency to another, everything has to be documented, paper trail, the whole
I
nine yards.
agree.
What you provided us has been quite helpful. And I don't wanna make them move without the approval of the auditors. They asked me to wait until they finish 2013. 2013 is gonna be audited as soon as the budget is adopted. So that's in the works. Just leave it to the finance department.
Yeah, well,
Take
see,
care of it.
it's because the requests, the frequent requests to me in the past
They
had
should-
come from the auditors, right?
Our auditors,
Yes. From our municipal auditors.
we had this conversation.
And I
had
said,
this
it's not
conversation
me,
with them.
it's finance.
Take
Well,
care.
very good.
Thank you.
I think that should wrap it up for me.
Excellent. Chief?
There's nothing new that's not already out there,
Okay, excellent.
which is probably a good thing.
Yes, definitely. And thanks for supplying the city council and the mayor's office with the weekly reports.
Yeah, actually, there's a different one coming that's gonna have just a tidbit more information on it. So
Okay,
we discovered it in the system, so we'll
Excellent.
be using that.
all right, thank you.
All right, where do we start? On April 26th, we have we're doing the township cleanup for the celebration week. We have the one banner up outside now. I think, are you done with all the changes to the other banner? So we should have that up on the wall Monday. We're getting the print for the t-shirts. We're gonna do the bright safety color green, and it'll have the township seal on it. But before I, have them print it, we'll bring it over here, of course, show it to you so you can have final approval to make sure everything's all right.
Is the Clean Communities grant?
Yes, that's all being done. Now, you have the flyer. I don't know if that flyer was good. If you want to run that off, we can start handing it out around town.
Okay.
To give it to different, maybe to the Board of Education, to some of the schools, so they know too. I have a form for volunteers to fill out that, I don't know if it's actually going to clear us from any, and, if anybody gets hurt, but at least it's a form that we'll have them sign before they come in that day.
And the good thing is Clean Communities, it happens all over. It's
Yes.
not just Hillside, but it's actually a program.
It's a program and it is good because no funds are coming out of a budget. That's
Yeah.
why I wanted to stress out that it's communities.
Yes, Karen Lewis, our
Scratch farm.
recycling coordinator, is handling, but she also does the Clean Community. She's handling all that, all through there. The community center roof, SNA Roofing is coming in starting tomorrow.
Okay.
He says the flat roof itself is all right.
Okay, good.
It's all coming in on the walls.
Wow.
So so we repair the walls, hopefully, we're not gonna have a problem. Hopefully, it's, the flashing on the walls that come up on the building over there.
Really?
So he's starting that tomorrow.
That's
Yes.
good news because the assessment that I have from Harvard Consultant, something that I read a month ago, it's quite different. Talking
Yeah.
about big expenditures to reconstruct that roof.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, I don't know when it was, I mean, it might eventually, the flat part might need to get done, but he's saying if we do this to the flashings on the walls, it should be good for a while.
That's
And where it
huge
puddles, he's gonna
news.
fix where it puddles too.
We're talking about $500,000 to redo that roof. That's the kind of.
Well, this is
assessment
gonna
that I
cost
got
us
from the engineer.
$3,800.
Exactly. So for
$500,000 to $3,800.
$500,000, $3,900 is what I saw the
Yeah.
request. So that's awesome.
So,
And this
That's
is
awesome news.
this is the same company that also addressed the municipal leaking that happened maybe a month into, there were about
Maybe a
8 different
month.
leaks
Yeah.
that we saw, and we were able to address that issue right away.
Yes.
So it's good that we have somebody who's able to address these problems. I know probably the next stop might be the fire department to check the roofing there as well, because we did municipal, we're trying to make sure that we take care of our house, our home, the
yeah,
infrastructure here.
we'll
Thank
do
you.
that, I'll have Mario get prices, have him take the, I know that Hollywood Avenue is fine, it's probably, you're talking about Hillside Avenue?
Hillside Avenue, yes.
The flags for the township flags, they're at American Flag. We told them we had to have it before the 30th, and hopefully they will be done by then. The seals and the You know, the seals we're putting on the podium, that should be just about done, and the seals for the front door. I think you gave your final approval on the ones that you sent them over to yesterday. I'm working on bid specs for the new sewer jet, which we have to get. And I spoke with Sampson about it, so me, him, and Juan, I guess we're gonna have to sit down and tweak whatever I get so we can get it out to bid as soon as possible, hopefully. So we can get a new
it
sewer
done
jet
as
in.
soon as possible, but the state didn't let us go with one of those national contracts, the GSA contracts. He didn't allow us. I just tried. I knew they don't like those national contracts, and they told us, no, you do it, you're on your own. So we're gonna have to bid.
All right, we're opening up all the parks for the seasons. We're having problems with a couple of the bathrooms, Barbara, which we have the water company coming in. So
Which
they
bathrooms?
we have to get the water shut off here at Bristol Myers so we can fix the bathroom. One of the toilets was leaking. So we're waiting for them to come in. The pipes are clogged, so they have to suck out the water. That's where our turn-offs are on. So hopefully we'll have that done soon. I'm gonna start down at the pool on 421. We're gonna start ripping out the bathrooms down, especially the women's bathroom, get all those stalls out of there. I'll send a couple guys down there. Mario does our plumbing and stuff like that. We'll see if we need, urinals need to be replaced. Any sinks, I'll get prices. Of course, we're not gonna do anything until we get pricing and all that. And,
What account do you intend to charge it to? What budget?
oh, I don't know.
Okay, we'll have those discussions later.
Okay.
Yeah, I would it go, that wouldn't be under buildings and grounds. That would have to come out of the pool, right?
Yeah, either the pool or the kids recreation grant. That's what we're gonna try to charge, all of those expenditures.
And all the offices, as of I think today, TV room 35 is the last one. Every office is painted that you requested.
Okay.
So whenever you just let us know, and I'm not here next week. I sent you and Samson an email about it. Danny will be in charge of the department while I'm gone. And if my cell phone's on, if there's an emergency, my cell phone's always on, which is my own personal cell phone. I don't have a township one. To answer your further question earlier, and anytime you want us to start moving, just let us know. We'll have the guys here.
Billy?
Can I ask a question? Do you know if Mario or yourself got a second bid for the light protectors so we can go ahead on it?
What, in the gym?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think Mario went there on, was it Tuesday to look at it? I thought he just had to repair it. Need a whole
No,
new light?
I'm talking about the protectors that go over the lights.
The
you
one
know,
that
the
was
metal
falling
ones.
down and that you called about the other day, right? Or Mr. Clermont called about the other day.
Not the covers for the light. It's the metal covers that we were using grant money.
I don't know. I have to speak to Mario about that.
Yeah, he
I
got
wasn't
one
even aware
bid,
of
but
that.
we need another bid.
Okay.
Remember that. It's been over a month
Yeah.
waiting for that.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
I thank the mayor for my assistant upstairs, Sonia. I know that's causing a little hardship in her office, but it has been quite
But we
well
have a solution.
working out for my office at this
Potentially.
time, so we'll try to work together. I know you're going on vacation. My staff nurse is on vacation for 10 days now. So there are days that if necessary, I could manage the office by myself if that's gonna help you out as far as when your time is there. So that's something the mayor would make a decision on in regard.